Here we are at Technology Park, Billerica, Massachusetts. Going to be heading on the narrow gauge from Billerica to Bedford. And the trailhead's right over here. And this little trail takes us to Astrig Way. Which is now just a dead-end road with a couple of residents on it. This was supposed to be a continuation of the Bedford project. The narrow gauge was going to continue to Billerica, but now it's been altered to turn into the Yankee Doodle bike path and head all over up and downhill down towards the river and off the corridor completely. Kind of defeating the purpose of a rail trail to begin with. We're approaching Spring Street. Gets mighty sandy down here. Incredibly sandy today. Luckily I got fatter tires on these ones. And here we are into Bedford. Beautiful stone dust. Nice wide path. It's always quiet, but as you can see by the tracks, a lot of people frequent this one. Here are the new benches they just put in. And there goes Britt. Now imagine a nice path like this, all the way from Technology Park, across the highway, across the swamp, over Middlesex Turnpike, across Concord Road at Middlesex Crossing, through the Cabot land, to the high school, down behind Good Street, and then crossing across from Pro Fitness all the way to the Marshall. Over here on the right, we have a school. And it's a weekend now, but during a weekday, kids will be riding it to and from class, as well as to soccer and t-ball practice, which they have at the school anyway. Here we are at Fawn Lake. How you doing? And the further you go into Bedford, the nicer the trail gets, the wider it gets, and the more people you see. Eventually it turns to pavement, but that's after you've crossed over 225 and Route 4 at this time. Next we'll be coming up to Middlesex Veterans Hospital. And this is why dogs aren't allowed on trails more and more. Because these owners end up becoming the piece of that they're trying to discard in a plastic bag. Biodegradable substance wrapped in plastic. Usually I just cross right there. Ooh-wee. Leaves are starting to fall. Yeah. Right through the park. The part about this section of trail, not only is it paved, you can still see the narrow gauge rail trail, the actual railway. And these are what some of the carts look like. 1877. So Billerica has abandoned its continuation of the rail trail for the Yankee Doodle Path. Alright, we were just in the Short Stop Cafe. There's also a pizza place right there. And just down the road is the bike shop, and we are at the start of the Minuteman rail trail. If you watched our last video, you know that the reformatory is right down the street. Alright, here's the start of the Minuteman. Watch out when merging out, and you go. Whoa. Britt, that's against the rules. Mass Bike Society. Look how fast this guy's going. Killed a bag. The path used to go straight through, but then they put this crazy S-turn in, and on this side you get a great view. You can see any cars coming, but from over there, it's even more of a blind spot when you're looking up the road. I don't know why they did it, but it's certainly not as safe as it used to be. This was a long time ago. Here we are coming up to Hartwell Ave. Oh, we caught the light. Here we are crossing Tophet Swamp. This is where it looks most like a jungle and smells most like shit. Found another nice bench here. And there's this water fountain that has the upper level, lower level, and then around the corner there's a dog bowl. I always thought that was pretty cool. On your left. I mean, you gotta look first. No, that lady. On your left. Woo, yeah, penny farthing. Yeah. It's actually a great little pizza place right there. Express Pizza, right at the end of the narrow gauge. Little league game. People in town were worried about bike paths going by schools and ball fields. It's pretty amusing, isn't it? This is how we cross. What do you want to do? You want to go into any of the shops? Yeah. Excuse me. I can't keep up with this little kid. He's too fast. And now we're back in Billerica. Yeah, looks like somebody had a mini bike in here. Good. Such a travesty what's happened to the OHRV community. Careful when you come through here though. A lot of this is poison ivy. Not so much right in this exact spot, but up by Spring Street and just back behind us by the gate. Lots of poison ivy. Oh, excuse me. That's all poison ivy. And as you can see, people come to this point and just turn right around. It's silly that we don't try to funnel them into this business park, do a couple of shops, and try to use and utilize this corridor. But instead we foolishly wasted money for about 30 years. And here we are at the end. Poison ivy.